Hello again, it's me, the Gazawi grandmother. And today we're going to do part 2 of Daughter of the Beast. I hope you will enjoy it. What happened before is Sarah, she was very happy living in the beast's house as the beast's daughter, and then her roommates tricked her again, and they told her that she shouldn't trust the beast and she should open that door, the door that her father said don't come near it. She didn't sleep that night thinking, what if? Should I trust the beast? Is he really trustworthy? After all, he's a beast. So she decided to open the door. Yep. She did open it, and to her surprise, the door was leading to steps. She went down the steps, and then she found a big gate. She opened the gate, and she found herself in paradise. Beautiful garden with a lovely lake, swans swimming in a lake, fruit trees everywhere, beautiful water, beautiful weather, just like paradise. When she saw the clear water, she decided to go for a swim. So happy, she jumped in the water, having good time, grabbing fruits from the tree, eating them while she was swimming, and watching the beautiful swans, 7 of them, white, pretty swans swimming by. And while she was having fun, one of the swan came and started speaking like human. She said, "Kak, you are so beautiful and full of life. Kak, you have to be patient to save a life. Kak, one day you will become the Sultan's wife." Sarah was confused. She didn't know what to do. A talking swan? This one will tell on me. I have to get rid of her. So she grabbed the stone and she hit the swan in the head. The swan immediately died. So Sarah took the swan, cooked the swan. She made a beautiful meal out of the swan. She ate and she left the rest for her father. And at the end of the day, she went back home like nothing happened. The second day she came back, she wanted to have fun again. And she had the fun of her life again, swimming, eating fruits, walking around, enjoying the beautiful weather, the flowers, the butterflies, the birds singing around, until another swan came towards her. And she started speaking. And she said exactly the same words the other swan said before. "Kak, you are so beautiful and full of life. Kak, you have to learn to be patient to save a life. Kak, one day you will become the Sultan's wife." Again, Sarah didn't know what to do. Best is to kill the swan. So she grabbed the stone and she hit the swan in the head. And the swan died immediately. She grabbed her and cooked her and made a beautiful meal out of her. And let's talk about where the swans came from. The garden she is in is the Sultan's garden. And the 7 swans were presents given to the Sultan's son, because they were magical swans. They can speak like humans and they can tell the future. So the Sultan's son, the prince, decided to hire Ali. And Ali is a professional person who can train the swans and look after them. So the prince asked Ali to take the swans to the garden every day, let them swim and have fun, and just before sunset, he will take him in. And then the prince will come and play with his swans for a while and make sure that they're all healthy and fine. But since Sarah started coming to the garden, and she already killed 2 of the swans, Ali was panicking. She started watching from behind a tree to see where did the swan disappear. And he saw the whole thing. He saw Sarah coming out from the beast's house, swimming in the water like a beautiful angel. And then he saw and heard what the swan was saying to her. And he saw how Sarah killed the swan. 3 swans disappeared already. 3 more to go. Now the prince wanted to play with his swans as usual. So he came to the basement and said, Ali, where are my swans? I want to play and spend time with them. And Ali started shivering. He knows that the prince could say, off with your head anytime. The prince came down and looked at the swan. Only 3? Where are the rest of them, Ali? And Ali started crying. You will not believe me, sir, if I told you what happened. That's why I just didn't know what to do or what to say. Try me. Tell me the truth. So Ali told him the story. He said, a beautiful girl come from the beast's house. A beautiful girl from the beast's house. Are you out of your mind, Ali? But this is what happened, sir. Please trust, believe me. If you don't believe me, you can come with me to the garden and you can hide behind the tree and see with your own eyes. And that's exactly what the prince planned for. So the day after, the prince came to the garden. Him and Ali were hiding under or behind the trees in the forest there. And they waited for Sarah. See these trees in the forest? And then Sarah came out of the beast's house, singing happily. She took off her clothes, jumped in the water, and she started swimming and eating fruits as usual and singing. And then one of the swan came, just like before. Quack! You are so beautiful and full of life. Quack! You have to learn to be patient to save a life. Quack! One day you will become the sultan's wife. Shut up, said Sarah. And she grabbed the stone and she hit the swan. And she cooked the swan, barbecued, and she started eating. And the prince was watching, but he wasn't sad or angry. He was saying, wow, this girl is the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. She is my dream girl. I have to marry her. Ali, are you sure she's the beast's daughter? And Ali said, that's where she comes from, sir. I don't know. And he said, I don't care if she killed all my swans. I don't care, as long as this will make her happy. Yep. Yes, the prince was falling in love with Sarah. Sarah came every day to that garden. And every day she'll go home. The beast will come home and ask her, how was your day, dear? Yeah, I was fine, Daddy. Anything you want to talk about? No, Father, everything was just fine. Just the usual. I cooked, I cleaned, I did the garden, and that's it. Yeah, she lied to her father. She didn't tell him. And then the prince went home with his heart beating, and he announced to his father and mother, the Sultan, and and the Sultan's wife that he decided to marry the beast's daughter. He wanted them to go to the beast house, knock on the door, and ask for Sarah's hand for marriage. The prince's mother fainted straight away. The father got really angry. Are you crazy? You want to marry a beast? He said, "Hell, father, she's not a beast. She's the daughter of the beast or a relative of the beast. I don't know, but she's not a beast. She's a beautiful human being." His father said, "No, you have to marry the king's daughter, the next door kingdom. You know that we have to do this to stop the war between us and the next door kingdom. And you want to marry a beast's daughter? That doesn't make sense, son." And his mom said, "If you do that, you're not my son anymore." And the father said, "I will disown you." But that didn't stop the prince. He insisted. He stopped eating and drinking. He went on strike. And he said, "I don't want to live anymore if you will not agree and give me your blessing." Until he fell really sick. They got him every doctor in the country. Every doctor saw him and said, "There's nothing I can do. I can't help your son, sir." Looked like depression. Look at him, the poor prince. The last doctor came. He told the Sultan and his wife that the prince is depressed because he is madly in love and he is dying. And if they didn't let him marry the woman he loves, he might die. The mother said, "I will not risk my son's life. I am willing to let him marry the beast himself if that will make him happy." The father shook his head and left the room. It wasn't easy for the parents, but what can they do? They wanted to save their son's life. So they decided to go ahead and ask for the daughter's beast hand in marriage. So the Sultan's mother, the Sultan's wife, the prince's mother, got in the carriage. She took all the servants with her, some jewelries and presents, and she went to the beast house. She knocked on the door. Sarah panicked. "Since when we get visitors? Who is that?" And the voice came from behind the door. "It's me, the Sultan's wife. Are you the beast's daughter?" She said, "Yes. We came to ask for your hand in marriage. Can you open the door and let me see you?" Sarah said, "No, I'm sorry, ma'am. I cannot do that. I cannot open the door without my father's permission, and he is not here." "What?" said the Sultan's wife. "I am the Sultan's wife, and you're not opening the door for me?" She said, "I'm sorry, ma'am, but I can't without my father's permission. So let me talk to him. Come back again tomorrow afternoon, and I will have his permission to open the door for you." So sadly, the Sultan's wife turned away. And then the beast came that day, and he saw in Sarah's eyes some talk. He said, "What is it, Sarah?" She said, "Daddy, the Sultan's wife came to our house today, but I didn't open the door for her because I didn't take your permission." He said, "What? What's the Sultan house wants?" "She wants my hand in marriage." "What? Sarah, you disobeyed me. You did open that door that I told you not open." And Sarah started crying. I'm sorry, my father. How did you know? How did you know? Forgive me, please. Please forgive me. She started kissing his hands. But the beast said no. And he turned away. Sarah collapsed on the floor crying. Do you think her father will forgive her? That's what we're going to find out in part 3, Daughter of the Beast.